Now escaping the second Green Range, Carter accompanies Director Falk to a secret location, something, something, something.
In visual range now, sir. Preparing final approach. Control, this is Sky Ranger 1 requesting permission to land.
Copy, Sky Ranger. Permission granted. You are cleared for pad number 3.
I wonder which pad that is.
More than a hole in the ground to beat those things. Just admit it, you're impressed. So, what is the Bureau anyway?
Bureau of Operations and Command.
Never heard of it.
You were never meant to.
Okay, so it's not the Bureau of the FBI. Some other random thing.
This base wasn't meant to be operational for another year. We've called in every operative we had earmarked for the project, but, well, let's just say that we'll be a bit understaffed.
Director Falk, sir. Welcome back.
These two are with me.
At least this location is secure.
And I intend for it to stay that way. I'll be giving a report to all staff at 0300. Report to the operations room at that time. I have a lot to prepare, Carter. Agent Weaver will show you around.
Down here, Carter. Come on. When Ivan put Sputnik up, the brass got scared. This project became top priority. Off the books, of course.
That did it. Hold it there. Don't move it. All right, people. Show's over. Back to work.
Carter, this is Nico Da Silva, Senior Field Agent. Nico, you'll be sharing your workspace with Agent Carter.
Welcome to the most advanced facility on Earth.
Falk wants him up and running ASAP. Time is of the essence. Straight from his mouth.
Gotcha. Well, come on. Our office is right over here.
Wasn't that the... That was...
That Weaver is one tough broad.
But... Oh, maybe they're just really rubbish.
This is us. This is my desk here. Yours is over there. Get comfortable, Will. Things as they are. This is both your office and your quarters. Do you mind if I call you Will?
Yes, I do mind.
Well, I'm not calling you Agent Carter. I might be military, but I'm not that formal.
I prefer William.
Yeah, well, I prefer Nico, even if my mother insists on calling me Nicholas. There are some things that are just beyond our control.
I can see we'll be fast friends, you and I.
Glad to hear it. My supply of friends got cut a bit short lately.
That all, Da Silva?
For now, sure. You have any questions, just ask. And one more thing.
Yeah?
The old man, Director Falk. He's a hard man to impress, but you managed it.
See?
Not what
Not
I
that
expected
bad.
after reading your file. Only pleasant surprise I've had all day.
Oh, you read my file.
How many people around here know my history?
We all know each other. Don't worry, you'll get to read up on us too. The old man thinks that the more attached we are to one another, the better we'll be in the field. The Bureau might be an adjustment for you. We work in teams here. Seems like you're more accustomed to operating alone.
Yeah, well, I'm also accustomed to the enemy being human. An attack like this, it's gonna mean a lot of adjustment for everybody. I'm a different man today than I was yesterday, you know?
Ain't that the truth?
My brain. Oh, we've got a gravelly. I was just thinking, I'm like, ooh, but we've got this incredibly gravelly, like, I'm William. You're Agent Da Silva. Yeah, it's less like Mass Effect. Were you joining the attack?
Where were you this morning? Did you get caught in any of this?
No. I was out gathering intel on a weather anomaly way out in the boondocks. Something was interfering with television and radio signals. Everything except the heavy-duty military gear. Since the attack, it's gone global.
They shut down our communication just before the attack. Keep us from coordinating. Smart.
Sure, but there's one way it helped us. Can you imagine the panic if the public found out about an alien attack?
Tell me about the organization.
You seem like you know your way around this place.
I don't typically work out of this facility. Hell, no one really did until today. I'm with the NSA, but my post for the past few months has been with a small team that reports to Director Falk.
Anomalies? What type?
Different types, but all, well, supernatural. Sounded silly to say it until a few hours ago. Mostly weather oddities, but also we've been recovering deposits of this Illyrium stuff.
Who else is on this team?
It was supposed to be kept small until it was needed. Now, people who were pre-flagged for recruitment are coming in. Well, the ones that are still alive.
People were pre-selected? From where?
From the military, the clandestine service, DIA, even some civvies. No one knew that they were selected until they got the call. As of this morning, Valk activated the project and sent that call out.
And before today?
For the last few years, it's just been a couple dozen specialists. But now, we got a lot of new squaddies to bring up to speed.
And get killed. Sorry.
I need to get myself oriented. Let's talk later.
Sure thing, Will. Good to have you on board.
That's a
Sounds like the director's about to start. Come on, let's get the good seats.
No, I want to read your profile. Profile, Nicholas Alexandre de Silva. Nico de Silva. Born 17th of August 1924 in Baltimore, Maryland, to Catherine and Sylvestre de Silva. Education, J.D. International Law, incomplete, New York University. Marital status, divorced. Right. Family, Sylvestre de Silva. Father, deceased 1925, so a year later. Catherine de Silva, mother, deceased 1940. Elizabeth Montaigne, ex-wife, divorced 1952, living in Washington, D.C. I assume that's her maiden name, I would guess. Nicholas de Silva Jr., son, estranged, living in Washington. Laura Harper, daughter, illegitimate, living in New York, New York. Professional record. Joined the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department August the 12th, 1947. Advanced to deputy sheriff with high commendations for field work and began to pursue a career with the FBI as a legal analyst. During his screening, the FBI discovered that Silva had not completed his JD degree, having dropped out of college due to financial concerns and falsified his credentials. Deputy De Silva lost his job on the 24th of December 1951. Christmas Eve, which quickly led to the collapse of his marriage. However, the FBI was impressed by De Silva's record with the MPD as well as his interpersonal skills, and on the 14th of February 1952, they recruited him on a probationary basis for field work. He demonstrated exceptional skill in the field and received a small degree of fame for the heroic single-handed arrest of the bank robber K.D. Carpenter on the 4th of February 1955. Despite this acclaim, Agent De Silva was repeatedly demoted back to probationary agent due to various moral concerns about his activities when off duty. In 1959, after an embarrassing arrest in New York City where he and a jazz singer assaulted an officer, the FBI decided to move him out of visible work. At Director Falk's request, Agent Nico De Silva was reassigned to work with the Bureau as a covert agent. Okay. Anything else? I have a phone. I can't interact with it. Ooh, my profile. Let's learn about William James Carter. Born on the 4th of November 1920 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Beryl and Jeremiah Carter. Okay. Education, BS Engineering, Indiana University. Marital status, widowed. Family, Beryl Carter, née Douglas, mother, deceased 1952. Jeremiah Carter, father, deceased 1959. Julia Carter, née Crenshaw, wife, deceased 1959. So, did Nico's wife remarry, or did she revert? She may have reverted to her maiden name. Because one of my relatives has been divorced, and she kept the name, I think because it was easier than changing everything back. I don't know. Professional record. William Carter joined the army on the 17th of December 1941, leaving college to enlist shortly after the attack on Pearl Harbor. He saw action in the Pacific Theater and earned the rank of Master Sergeant with commendations for his service in the Burma camp. Really? You pick Burma? That's cool. Because normally you'd pick one of the, you'd pick like either the Pacific or the European fronts for an American. Maybe North Africa. But Burma, even during World War II, was called the Forgotten Front. Because it was so out of the way for the British, and it was further away from America, and it's just not one of the cool ones. So that's really good that that's mentioned. His service ended on the 25th of October 1945, after which he returned to college on the GI Bill. 25th of October. As a few months later, my granddad, he served in the Royal Marines, and I've got his papers, and I think he was kept until 46, I think, like mid-46, I think. Shortly after graduating, the CIA recruited Carter in 1948 as field operative. His quick thinking and bravery served him well, and he rose through the ranks, earning personal commendations from both Director Hoover and President Truman. He excelled at deep cover assignments and serving for weeks or months at a time in Indochina and the USSR. Yep, French colonies. The British have to sell those, the French get theirs defended. So saith the American politicians. In 1959, during a deep cover assignment in Laos, a fire at his family home in Arlington killed his father, wife, and son. Oh no, I didn't read that. Richard Carter, son, deceased in 59. Oh, I see. He's a diehard agent who doesn't have a family, and so it doesn't matter if he dies, and he has nothing to live for, and grumpy. However, due to the communications blackout of his mission, Carter did not learn of the tragedy until he returned in 1960. He alternates between blaming himself and the agency for the tragedy. This, as much as anything else, led to his drinking problem. So he has a dark past and a drinking problem. Oh my goodness, he could be a 1940s detective. Or 30s or 20s. Either way, noir. Following a string of disciplinary charges in December of 1960, William Carter was reassigned to domestic operations only. Continued problems led to a further demotion to administrative duties in June of 1961. Director's Addendum. Myron, this one's aggressive, temperamental, and defensive, but he gets the job done. I don't recommend him, but the Bureau is your department. If you insist on him, I don't recommend a long-term position. The man used to be a hero, but now he's busy destroying himself. He's not useful for much anymore except as an expendable asset. Oh my goodness, those eyes. Well, considering how I've been doing with Verex Extreme, I assume an expendable agent is probably my limit.
Lights.
Camera. Action.
We are at war, and not the one we were expecting. Groom range, 2100 hours. Survivors, 6. In just a few minutes, our enemy managed to destroy the primary strategic command center. By 2130, Strategic Command itself ceased to exist. Our combined military forces have been routed. The comms have gone dark. The red phone will not be ringing. And that is why, as of now, I, Myron Falk, am assuming command of what's left of our nation's defenses. The Bureau was founded to coordinate resistance forces in the event of a complete and successful Soviet invasion. That mission remains the same, even if our enemy does not. We now face an opponent from beyond our world, whose identity is yet unknown. But make no mistake, this enemy has crippled us. They have technology decades beyond what we possess. We must make it our own. Their weapons will become our weapons.
Yay!
And when they do, we shall annihilate them. I give you new orders. Survive, adapt, win. Welcome to XCOM.
A year? Will, you can't hold on for a year.
I'm sorry, the country needs me.
Your family needs you.
No! No, I can help them. Let me help them!
Will.
Someone's waking me up.
Carter. Hey, Will, wake up.
What?
Jesus, Carter. How is it you look worse than before you went to sleep?
You woke me up. Yeah, we'll go with that.
I'm fine. And you yelling for me to wake up doesn't help.
I wasn't the one yelling.
I was yelling?
What did I say?
Something about a fire. I don't know. I guess after the morning you had, it makes sense.
No, this wasn't about that. It wasn't about Grim Range.
Well, my guess is you're not the only one having nightmares after this morning. Head shrinking's gonna be a big business after this war. If there isn't after this war. Christ, that was dark. Anyway, Falk's looking for you. Wants you in his office, ASAP.
What does he want?
The old man say what he wanted with me?
Guess you don't know him all that well yet. The director doesn't tell anyone anything he doesn't think they need to know.
Are we supposed to just sleep in the office?
Well, I guess you can't really hold knocking off for a few against me. Seeing as how we seem to be in our office and our quarters.
Yeah, I guess some parts of the emergency plan leave something to be desired. Ah well, it'll be just like college, right?
Yeah, except I stayed in Mrs. Hawthorne's boarding house back in Terre Haute. Had my own bathroom and everything.
Wow, ain't you fancy.
What's with the radio?
Are you saying something about that radio?
Oh yeah. Cheap thing normally just pipes in the company elevator music, but it's been picking up some weird signal. Damned if I know what it is.
Don't we have more important issues to deal with?
Sure, that's why I haven't bothered with it. But if someone on the outside is able to broadcast through that jamming signal, well, it could be important.
Who would know more about this?
Check with Operator Chelsky. She's information officer for the Bureau. Keeps track of communications, arranges contacts, manages what the public hears. The whole deal.
I'll talk to you later.
I'd better go see what the old man wants.
See you later, Will.
You're saying I need to check the radio, though. I want to check the radio.
2. Message repeats. 250.
Better make a note of this and talk to one of the radio operators.
9.
You probably ought to run that by Operator Chelsky across the
Message
hall.
repeats.
Might be important.
250. November 8.
Alright. Oh, I don't need to write it down. Very good. 250892 and then
92.
Well, I think that's actually a good place to cut it, but before I accidentally get myself roped into a massive mission again. Yeah, so that's a good place to cut it. I'm actually I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not entirely sure how things are going to go. Okay, that's an interesting thing on the there. So yeah, is there a map button? There is not a map button. I will find things out as we go. So yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it. It does feel like XCOM, except in the 60s rather than now-ish. So there is that kind of aspect. But I'm doing well. I found a sniper rifle. Ergo, I'm going to do really well. He says. Never mind. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching.